Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. Today, I look like a real geek. You know, the collar buttoned at the top and the funky, as John Hendricks says over in Texas, the funky Rocket Man glasses, and the hair and just kind of look like a geek, like I stepped out of 1983. Hey, we can look at people and we can immediately, can I just say, we judge people by appearance. And so today you can look at me and judge me, and I can look at you and judge you. And so often we look at people and we judge them, and immediately we draw to the conclusion in our own mind that, you know what, I don't like that person, or I could never be their friend, or they think they're better than me, or they don't like me. We all these conclusions that we draw from by just observing people. Usually within 3 seconds, we determine a lot about people within 3 seconds by just seeing them. Even if we never have sat down with them and talked to them, even if we have never, been properly introduced, still we draw quick conclusions or judgments about people by just the way they look, the way they act, maybe even who they are, who their parents are, who their family is, who their last name, what's their last name. All these conclusions that we draw about people, just by appearance sake. Maybe we know somebody in the community. I say know them, know of them, but we really don't know them. And so sometimes first impressions are not true impressions. And it's true, not everybody gives a good first impression. And for whatever reason, maybe what you've heard about him isn't all true. Maybe it's just slightly exaggerated. But Jesus is a prime example. Of course, Jesus was God in the flesh and he was all-knowing. At the same time, in biblical accounts, we don't see him just kind of, linking up with certain people. Sure, he had his disciples, but at the same time, we don't see him just congregating with certain people in some type of little clique or little group. But we see Jesus very open to interacting with people, from the highest religious leader of that day to just a beggar. Jesus was no respecter of persons, and he's still not a respecter of persons. And he was God in the flesh. He didn't think he was too good to interact with people and touch people's lives and minister to them. Wow. And aren't we supposed to be like Jesus? Aren't we really supposed to be like Jesus? And so sometimes our impressions of people, our presumption of people, unfortunately, it's not always true. And so that's why we need to stop and actually take the time and get to know people. And I think you'll be surprised at all the new friends you will make. My wife and I, we have a great friend, and have been friends with her for years. And many of you may be watching today are friends of her. And if you're not, you need to connect with her, Joey Sanders. And she works for the federal government. She travels all over, but she's a wonderful, wonderful person. And she told me one time, she said, you know what? I have all kind of friends, and I have friends in pretty much every state in the United States. See, Joy does it right. She meets all kind of people, and she is willing to interact with people. Joy does it right. Our life is fulfilled so often by the relationships that we have. And so it's important not to cut yourself short. And our perception is so often wrong. So spend time with people that normally you wouldn't spend time with. Talk to people maybe that normally you wouldn't talk to. And I think you'll be surprised at how much more fulfilled your life is because you're willing to show yourself friendly. And lay your prejudices aside, and lay your preconceived ideas aside, and lay your judgment aside. God bless you. Hey, thank you for watching today's, and Appreciate you so much, and hope you have a grand Thursday.